Hey everyone, it's Craig. Before we get into the show, I'd like to thank everyone for listening, especially our Patreon supporters. For those of you who haven't checked out our Patreon offerings, please go to patreon.com/Katya and Craig. And there you'll see that we have bonus episodes of many kinds, including regular bonus episodes and then the listener questions episodes, and now a new thing that we have called Katya and Craig's Movie Club. Yes, Katya and Craig's Movie Club. Anyway, thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
A Russian ballerina, stomping on a bureaucrat, a perky suburban housewife who just got into scat. It's whimsically volatile.
And now, please welcome to the stage the incomparable talents of the indomitable, the often duplicated but never fabricated winner of All Stars 2 of Rupaul's Drag Race and runner-up All-Star... Wait, fuck. Miss Alaska Joanne Elizabeth Thunderfunz, coming to you live from West Hollywood, California. She's dressed all in black with a gat in her lap. Now, there are lunatics in the streets. She must keep the heat. 16 on the bezel, 14,000 on the rings, with a Nuva ring perched suspiciously in betwixt her thighs.
Very delicate.
Is that...
I think that was appropriate.
Yeah, it needed a little work.
And...
I didn't write anything down.
What?
That was great.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell.
Welcome, Alaska.
welcome.
Craig, meet Alaska. Alaska, meet Craig.
Well, hello, Alaska.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you.
As soon as we put the things on and I heard your voice, because I was just like, I was just listening to your podcast.
Oh.
How dare you?
So I was like, you sound just like you.
Thank you. I've been trying. To make that match.
Now, let's start things off really serious. Now, why did you choose the name Justin?
Everyone chose the name Justin in 1985.
85, that's when you were born?
That was a trendy name?
Literally, because in school, it was Justin G and Justin H and like Justin C. Like we had a lot of us.
Did you have any nicknames or did people make fun of you in school? For example, they called me Fat Boy because I was so skinny, and I thought that was touching.
That's like clever.
Isn't that cute?
Y'all had clever reads.
That's like a mob
children.
name.
Yeah, Fat Boy. Yeah, Slim Jim, Fat Boy, and Redneck or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you ever get any cat calls?
Airplane mode, please, ladies. So if you're playing music off your phone, you better have it on airplane mode. And no, I will not play it off of YouTube. I know you don't have YouTube Red. The ad plays before your number, gal. I won't do it.
Have you ever played a song off of YouTube at a Dragoon show?
Sure have. At the Blue Moon. Yes.
Okay. Where's that?
Because sometimes it would be like, we need, like, if the music didn't work or it didn't come through or whatever, we had to.
Okay.
Did you ever get the ad come up in the middle or anything?
I don't think so. But like now there's way more ads. So.
And I think there's I've been at drag shows and I've performed at drag shows myself where you've used the phone and somebody's called.
FaceTime.
If I were a drag DJ, I would click accept and then just let it all play out.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch, why didn't you call me back? I bet you're some fucking, are you fucking that? You know, it'll be fun.
Who's
Probably
this guy?
more entertaining. Yeah. More entertaining. So thanks for coming to join us.
Of course.
You have a very busy schedule.
And because of that, thank you. It's been a lovely episode.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. We wanted to keep it concise.
Yeah, just keep it short.
Thank you. This has been so nice.
Anything you need to plug? Well, that's all the time we have. I would like to wax poetic about your musical songwriting abilities.
Oh, thanks. I know you love Slatina.
Slatina, I was just
That's
looking
one
up
of
the
yours.
lyrics. I listened to it probably 67 times, maybe more, all through England when I was high on weed. And I roamed the streets, but I've also listened to it sober too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it pair well with the weed?
It did. It did. I dreamt about doing I had a whole music video treatment in my head for it. The best one. I really
it would have been very, very expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive and
you
not
wanted
worth
an
it.
exploding head, sort of like scanners.
Well, no. I wanted to. Well, yeah, but I wanted to do two like a futuristic. So basically, the song is about building the ultimate dragoon character,
Okay, sure.
and she takes all the best parts of the Drag Race girls and Michelle Visage, and I was prominently featured in it. And I quote, "Cooter Slam enabled hip joints stolen from the living body of Katya Zamalechikova."
Yeah.
Right. Really cool. And then, but I wanted to have like a futuristic thing where we're like I'm her like terrible assistant, just like with glasses on, and we're in like a whole, we're, you
Your
know,
hair in a bun.
Yeah, hair in a bun, like computer generating the whole like VR experience. But then you cut to like a Frankenstein thing where we're dragging people through a barn and then just slicing off their
good bits.
Their good bits and I'm like Igor and she's like young Frankenstein.
Sure.
And it'd be great.
I like that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Like Michelle Visage comes in and we kidnap them all. You know, we chop her breasts off. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. But now it's over, so I guess that's. Doesn't matter.
Re-release. You can always do a anniversary re-release.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll pitch it to Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, down.
Lego Network might. be
Oh,
interested,
yeah.
too.
Lego Network.
Sell it to True TV. Oh, wait. Can you talk about Sharknado?
I think I'm allowed a little.
She's
They
in the
announced that
fucking
I'm in it.
Sharknado
Oh, that's
movie.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that like, you stupid bitch?
We get to do tons of crazy things as we're girls. We get to do like random wild stuff. I think it was one of the coolest things I've ever done is being on that shoot. And I was only there for like 3 days and it was really cool. And I can tell you more about it. Probably not. I don't want to give away.
Yeah,
any
you can't
secrets.
give away. You can't give away
Sure.
the secrets. Yeah, spoilers.
When does it release?
I think in August.
Wow,
Yeah, they're so fast with these movies.
cranking them out.
Girl, yeah.
Cranking them out. There's 1 million movies made each day. Do you know in the United States of America, Craig, 1 million movies are made every day?
I did not know that.
Every
I
day.
thought it was split between America and
A
Canada.
million?
No, 1,500 million every day.
1,500
just on
million.
Netflix.
Yeah.
1,500
Netflix.
million on
1,500
Netflix
It's
million.
just on
Yeah.
Netflix. And 17,000 comedy specials are pumped out at lunch
Oh,
every
okay.
day.
Right.
By
Each
12
lunch.
p.m.
Sense. Right, of course.
17,000
Yeah.
comedy specials every day by lunchtime on Netflix.
On Netflix,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was more when CISO was still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, remember the Brazilian performer Xuxa? She
Of course.
she just founded a comedy network that produces 28,000 comedy specials just in Brazil alone.
Right,
Yeah.
by lunch.
Yeah, but
Every day.
Good, because then you're free for lunch and you can have the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice.
well, it is more spiritual to laugh before lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were just at the big comedy fest, Clusterfest, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was that like? What were the highlights?
The highlight was Amy Schumer got on the plane and was sitting in the seat right in front of me.
Did she take it down?
We were not in first class.
Wait, you're
Really?
kidding?
She's humble.
Wow.
She and her, I think it might be her fiance or her husband because she has a man now.
That's
Okay.
right. And they I
Right.
think they did get married. I think it was a very short courtship, and he's
Yeah.
a chef, and it was just the perfect thing for them, so they got married.
Yeah. And her cute little dog.
She brought a dog on the plane?
Sure did.
Is it therapy dog?
Must be. I first saw her in the lounge, like we walked past her, and I was like, okay. Like, I'm not the kind of, I can't go up to a famous person and just say hi. Like, once
can't do that?
once I saw Sissy Spacek in a lounge at the airport, I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm too scared. So I was like, okay, that was my sighting. Wow, that's crazy. Because I didn't see her at the festival.
Yeah.
So we got on the plane and like everyone was bored and we were just sort of waiting and the seats in front of us were empty. And then she came on. She got on the plane. and
What was
sat
she wearing?
Right in front of me. She was wearing a simple black tank top and like black leggings
Okay.
and like a jacket, and her hair was up in a high ponytail, and I could slightly see, only because I was right behind her.
Yeah.
I could slightly see like where the like extension things were, which is my favorite thing on a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
is
Spotting the
seeing
extensions.
the
Yeah.
extension parts.
Yeah.
It has like a visceral like
Yeah. Touches your
reaction
soul.
for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a soul-touching moment.
I just literally, I think she's the most beautiful person I've ever seen, and
You
I'm
described her as an angel before we
she's
started recording.
glowing and
Yeah.
just like really, really beautiful.
I'm confused that she played like a
A beast.
Like a beast. Like a fat
And I feel
bitch.
pretty?
Yeah.
Right.
But you are pretty. You should feel pretty.
She is so
you are
pretty.
You are,
Yeah.
Blanche. You are
But
pretty.
you are
Yeah.
pretty, Blanche.
But that's showbiz heavy, though, right?
I guess so.
That's the
Right.
version
Yeah,
for
yeah.
movies, because if they're too heavy,
Yeah, if
they
you
don't
don't-
want to show them.
Yeah, and if you don't look like Charlize Theron, I guess you're ugly. You're a big
Right.
sack of shit.
Dog.
Yeah. Kennel Club.
Get some Purina for that lady.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful blonde bitches.
Beautiful dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the great pleasure of seeing Miss Thunderfun in the Golden Girls stage show as
Oh.
Barbara Thorndike.
Oh, yeah.
And you look. I actually, and I'm not. I'm prone to ass kissing, hyperbole, and brown nosing, but I audibly gasped with, when you came out. You looked sensational.
Arresting.
Arresting.
My beauty is often
My emotional
described as
development was
arresting.
arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally under arrest.
Manacles, and you get in the back of the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I went like this. Oh. And my mom was there too. She thought you looked ugly, but I was like, I thought,
Right.
yeah.
She was like, that's a dog.
Who's that dog? Is that a Shih Tzu? You looked gorgeous. Did you have anything done? I thought you had something. I was like, she must have had something done to her face.
No, no, nothing more than usual. No, I haven't had anything major done. No, I think it might have been I was wearing actually Fina, who you know.
She did the hair.
She did the hair.
The
so
hair
it was
looked
like
amazing. It looked beautiful.
Fina
Right.
Barbital,
Fina
listeners,
Barbital.
if you're not
Yep.
familiar, get familiar.
Wig whisperer.
A fellow Boston.
Fellow Boston,
person.
fellow wig whisperer,
Yeah.
fellow dragoon.
She did such a good job with it, and I just felt really pretty as that horrible, like that woman is really evil. That character,
Yeah, Barbara Thorndike
she's
was
a bad woman.
snobby novelist bitch.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
anti-Semitic.
She
Like
is
she's really
anti-Semitic.
bad.
She's a oh yeah, because the country club wouldn't admit Jews.
She goes to a club and like hangs out at a club that doesn't allow Jewish people, which is like
bitch.
yeah, not
Fucking bitch.
really. She's not cool.
But then you played a really funny male funeral director. And that was really good. You had funny glasses.
Yeah. He's not like that in the show. That was an interpretation.
Okay.
So you're putting your own spin on it.
I did. Because he's just like sort of ordinary and boring in the show. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to make him really southern and gay because they're in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
I hear traces of Paul Lynde in that.
Oh, very that. Yeah.
Who was reportedly a raving anti-Semite, and when he would get drunk on the set of Hollywood Squares.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Gilbert Gottfried was full of stories about this on the Stern show, and apparently he would, he loved his booze, and he'd get lit halfway through a day of taping at Hollywood Squares. They'd tape 4 a day or something. So by the third episode,
Oh my God.
Oh my
Who knew?
God.
We should text Ben de la Creme. Make sure she
Ben.
knows.
Ben de la Christ no more.
So, and did you know Alaska is probably the number one fan of the Golden Girls?
oh, interesting. Okay, so who's your favorite Golden Girl then?
Well, this is...
That's a tough
This
question.
is
We
a-
said it would be difficult. We told
Yeah.
you before we started recording that.
Yeah.
Well, there's okay, all right. So there's which characters do I identify with most?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
It's a little bit better than a favorite. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Dorothy with a Blanche Rising. I'm a Dorothy because I'm tall and I have a deep voice.
Okay. And dog.
And it's just very hard on the eyes.
You can also pull a face for added, effect.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Broad expressive register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She B. Arthur is an icon. And
Yeah.
I just such an inspiration to me. But the Blanche part comes in because Blanche is criminally insane. She's moody and really just the mood swings are really
Sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I recognize that exists in myself.
Self-knowledge is key.
It's a demon that I live with.
Yeah. My favorite Blanche moment was when she says, I'm going to go take a bath with just enough water to cover my perky bosom.
You're only going to sit in an inch of water?
and Blanche, of course, is the wanton.
The wanton slut.
Yeah, she's a slut.
She's a whore.
Yeah.
She's a whore.
But which one of the Golden Girls I would most want to hang out with? Definitely Rosen Island.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah.
fan theory that Rose was on drugs the entire time, or her character was on some kind of pain pills?
Well, in season 5, there's an episode where she addresses the fact that she's been on pain pills for 30 years.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
That's right.
And she goes to rehab and she gets clean.
You're
So,
kidding.
Yeah, no.
Wow. So I was just going to say, now I'm going to double down on my, I'm Rose with a rising rose.
With rambling rose.
Sun sign rose, moon sign rose, rising rose with a rose influence.
Yeah.
All my houses are in rose.
Oh, yes. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. House of Nyland. Yep. Rose in the 12th Nyland house. Yep. Oh my God. So, what kind of underpants are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing bikini briefs that come from Walmart. It's the only place that sells them.
Really?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You can't get them at like a Rounder Bum. You know that store that's on the giant underwear store? What?
Don't. I feel terrible because, okay, I am sure the people who run Rounderbum are very lovely people.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are lovely people inside and they deserve everything lovely in this life. However, the Rounderbum panties that are appearing on RuPaul's Drag Race consistently this year are not looking beautiful tonight. They're not.
Really?
Have you been watching, or you
No,
don't?
I
You
haven't
don't
been watching.
You don't watch that trash television.
I'm not really into TV right now, so I just don't really. I don't
Doing a
like
lot
to
of
pay
reading.
attention. It's a lot of toxic energy. I just don't like to. It's a drag, it's just like men in dresses. I just like more serious stuff, like Parks and Recreation or whatever. Mindy Project.
No, I haven't been keeping up with it, but I will. I'll go back to it.
We'll have a nice marathon because I've missed
yeah.
most of this year as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to publicly come out against the product because they might offer me a lot of money to endorse them very soon.
Right,
So,
of course. Yeah.
To prove how wonderful they are.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I just think that if you're taking gorgeous models and you're putting them in your underwear and it makes their asses look weird and
Yeah.
like lumpy, then
shit.
like it's probably not a good. Then like what are you going to do for the average Joe who's like
Right.
trying to like boost their bum, which is the point of the product, but they have like padding in them.
Oh no.
And
No.
it creates like sort of a low-fish like lump.
Oh, I can relate to that.
across
But no, like haven't you? I mean, we wear shapers in drag. Don't you have a shaper that I think we have the same shaper? It has like a girdle. It's like a cummerbund. And then it has a pant. no, listen. It's like a cummerbund, right? And then it has a panty with pads in the butt. Does your not have? Yeah, I swear by that.
But that works
Oh, it's a
because
huge
it's
thing.
a firm and round shape.
Deliberate shape.
it's a
too.
deliberate shape. Yeah.
So the cut of these underwear, unfortunately, is like low cut. So it's like a smaller thing. So it's sort of like a half like slice of bread pad.
Oh, no, because you have to go from you have to follow the musculature of the glutes, which is the world's biggest muscle group.
Yeah.
You can't cut it in half. No half loaves.
Yeah. So what I think is going on is on the show, it's guys just wearing the underwear and they're like modeling the underwear and like these are gorgeous men, and then they turn around and like their asses look kind of misshapen and weird. What's going on is they're designed for when you're wearing clothes. So they're supposed to give you a little bit of lift here.
Okay.
So that it looks like your ass is more like flattering in a pair of pants.
And did you say also that they're kind of low cut? So if you were wearing, say, skinny jeans, you wouldn't necessarily see the panty line?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've never tried them.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's take a field trip after the show.
Yeah, we'll go down there and we'll just throw some eggs at the window. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. You know that.
You suck. I recall like play just like it was yesterday in 2001 maybe the ultra low rise jean phenomenon where you could see on a lady, for example, if she wore a half shirt and then you could see her entire mons pubis.
Oh, sure.
And maybe
Yeah,
like like an inch of her labia minora or majora just peeking out.
It just
have
covered the
such a-
tanks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have such a love for that time period.
Yeah, and I remember you at one of the, I think it was at the season 5 finale. She came out, this fucking bitch, this fucking rotted skunk came out with the tiniest red, teeny tiny panties, and a bra. I think, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
It was the choice.
Yeah, no, I think it was fabulous. Like almost butt naked.
And
Almost
I know I saw this,
butt
so I have
naked.
to look it up again. To
Almost
refresh.
butt
Everyone,
naked.
don't pull that picture up on your phone right now. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
You're going to get
I
a
will.
boner, Craig, and you'll have to go in the bathroom and jerk off
That's the
immediately.
thing. I don't want to take another break. So,
Yeah.
That was a moment in time. And I just looked around and everyone else was in like the most gorgeous, like flowing, exquisite gowns. And like I was literally there in like really wearing like no clothes.
You had like a sensor dot on, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That would have been more tasteful.
Did you tape for that?
I did, which I didn't really know how to do. I
Okay.
still don't. I just sort of monster mashed everything back.
Are you not a tucker in general?
Well, because she wears, I mean, I'm assuming you wear many pairs of pantyhose.
What? I've never tried.
What? Pantyhose? What are those?
Dance tights? I don't know.
Is that what you do? The dance tights? Or
well, yeah. And when you wear like a bunch of layers, it just sort of mashes everything down
right,
and
smooths it over.
And if you only
then-
have a 1.5 inch penis, like
Exactly.
Alaska, it's no
yeah,
big
well,
deal.
why waste the tape?
Yeah.
it forces it into retreat.
I've never taped. I've never taped partly because
lesions.
just my chaos.
The open sores. The open sores
Prevent
get irritated.
Yeah, well, the pus prevents the tape from really catching.
The gauze always sticks to the pus, so you don't even have to worry about
It's
like putting any adhesive on there.
Yeah, and by the time you get that situation taken care of, it's just time for bed anyway. So you don't
Yeah,
even
the
leave the
show's
house.
over, so you know what's the
Don't even
point?
leave
Yeah.
the house. Okay, so should we go back? Should we go
Let's
back?
cast our minds back to yesteryear.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
back.
And let's go back before Drug Race, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Rand Paul's Drag Race, sorry.
Yeah, Rand
And,
Paul's Drag Race. Yeah. So you are from Erie, Pennsylvania, and then you applied for, you auditioned for Drag Race every single year.
Yeah.
Is this boring to talk about? I know you've done a million interviews, but we're just having an
I'm
interview.
happy to talk about anything.
Okay.
with
Well, it's
you,
also
girl.
interesting that the two of you were multiple auditioners. Or
Yeah.
rather, you
We're
submitted
the
every
queens
year.
of the casting
Yes,
special.
we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember seeing your thing, and she was my favorite. Up until Calorie Kardashian eclipsed your title, she was my favorite Drag Race alumna by far.
Okay, that
By
makes
far,
sense. Yeah.
absolutely. I remember. And now that Calorie Kardashian has entered the mix, I don't even see you anymore.
it's over,
I don't
yeah.
even know who you
It's
are.
It's hard to
over.
argue with that name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good one. It's a good one.
What's also impressive too is that you were known to the fans as Sharon's partner, and then you
Yeah.
eclipsed that totally. So that's not an easy thing for some people to do. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people will go on the show and it would just sort of like, oh, okay, we know them from this, but you know,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, you never know how it's going to go. And I knew that when I was on season 5, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win. My boyfriend just won like a month ago, and there's no way I'm going to win. So I went into it having no fantasy about winning. And I think that's why I like had fun and made it to the end. Cause
And made
I
the
was
impact that you made as well.
Yeah.
Mom, thanks.
Can you please describe in depth your impact?
We're back to underwear again.
Maximum Impact. Do you know Maximum Impact? That
No.
spray stuff you put on a rag and huff it. You're not
Is that what that
Oh.
stuff is? Okay, so we were
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
Cruising the other day, and in Cruising, there's the scene where Al Pacino's on the dance floor, and the guy has a rag soaked in something. And I've always been confused about that because it shouldn't be poppers anyway, because poppers are corrosive. You don't want to get it under your skin. So what the
Right.
hell is the stuff that so it's Maximum Impact?
Some kind of
We used
huffing
to
agent.
sell it at Circus of Books when I worked there.
You worked at Circus of Books.
Sure did, West Hollywood.
Oh, fabulous.
Cool.
Right down the street from our taping. Another
Yeah.
field
Oh,
trip
yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right down the street.
And we would limit it to buying 6 a day because people would get so fiercely addicted to Maximum Impact. They
Really?
would come in these little silver cans.
Yeah.
And like I remember this one guy came in and he had like literally his mouth was crusted around, like foaming, like white. And he was like, and he was dressed in a suit, like and he was like, well, I'm going to get 2. You know what? Actually can I just get 3? Well, what is why don't we can we just get 4? Well, okay. Why don't we just do 6 then? Why don't we just do 6? Like trying to like play it off like I'm not like horribly addicted to this.
Right. It's just
really
impulsive.
bad. It freezes your lungs and makes you like I don't know. I've never done that one.
Maybe we
I
should
did
go
whippets,
try some.
I did poppers, but
Yeah.
I never did that one.
Yeah, that is a mystery to me. We did the whippets.
Yeah.
We've certainly done the poppers.
I do love that move though with the whole. It's just I got a lot of errands. I don't want to have to come
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
later.
Just so
and
I don't
it's
have to
just-
come back.
Yeah,
I want to
have
get it.
it.
I'll buy it for the month.
Yeah.
And then they're back. The
Yeah,
next
I
day.
might as well
Yeah.
stockpile because Barbara and Jenny are coming tomorrow. I don't want to inconvenience them. We got to go to Santa Monica. Got to go to the pier. So
Yeah, I want to have the right amount of wine and maximum impact for guests.
Yeah.
The cashier excuse rigmarole is always a lovely thing.
I worked at a liquor store one time years and years
there you
ago.
go.
And that was really grim because there was the guy they called Mr. Quattro because he would buy 5 nips of Bacardi at a time. And it's funny because you actually, after a while, he was just burning money because you
Right.
think just buy like a pint or
Go to
whatever it is.
BJ's. Get a Sam's Club membership.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of schnapps drinkers. Now I understand why they still sell. Peppermint schnapps was like a big one. And I always wondered if it was for people who are trying to mask the scent because
Oh, yeah.
when you have
for
a bad drinking problem,
Absolutely.
people always say, "Oh, vodka, you can't smell it." The secret is you can smell every booze.
Oh, you
all the time.
You certainly
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I've heard that a million times. Like at that vodka. That's like, Mary, you can see how drunk you are from across the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can smell vodka too.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
not
other
hiding
little
anything.
secret we want to give away to people.
Yeah,
So,
any like rotten drunks at home, we've got your number, hussy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember those Demeter colognes or perfumes that smelled like the
Oh.
things that they smelled
It's
like?
so funny you mentioned that. I was meaning to bring this up on the show.
Really?
Let me keep talking. I'm going to go grab one. that I
Okay.
think would be interesting for us to talk about.
They have them in every flavor. They have like dirt, leather, like
Forest dirt. Like there'll be other dirt.
right. So I had this one that was gin and tonic flavor, and they're very realistic. So I was like wearing it as my scent, and my friend Abby in Pittsburgh in college, she was like, "You smell like you're loaded right now. You
Oh my
smell
God.
wasted."
Oh my god!
But that's kind of a move. That's a good idea. So what if you did that? If you wanted to basically
throw them off this. Yeah.
Throw 'em
Oh, I'm
off.
just wearing gin and tonic flavored cologne.
Don't you know Demeter I mean, come on. Have you not been aware of this boutique
Yeah.
fragrance? God, please.
Oh,
You're
let me smell that. What
You're
is
such
that?
a rube. It's gin and tonic.
Yeah.
What is this flavor?
This one, when Hedwig and the Angry Inch came out, the film version, they put a Hedwig scent out. And it was very limited edition. And it smells kind of interesting. Actually, I was thinking that we should do a little taste test, if you will, on the show. So here you go.
Does it smell like Mimi I'm First?
Oh my god! Pick me up cologne spray. Let me get a whiff of this.
It's supposed to smell a bit like toilet water and cigarettes. So
Oh.
Let me smell.
Yeah. Get into that.
So
doesn't-
Brian's-
Oh, it's sort of like rosy and powdery.
It's.
I would.
I don't smell cigarettes in that.
I would like cigarettes. Like I would
Yeah.
think Hedwig would smell like cigarettes.
yeah, absolutely.
And I find that like the lingering smell of cigarettes, I find it comforting.
That's why I wear oud scents because I smoke. I have like earthy, woody scents because it mixes well with like I've got. Oh yeah.
I almost dropped that on
It's-
a hardwood floor one time, and I
Are
was
you
so
gonna
terrified
sneeze?
that it was going to. Oh, it makes you sneeze. Yeah.
It smells like my Aunt Debbie's bathroom growing up.
That's
It
perfect.
literally does. Whoa. Okay. All right. Whoa.
Synesthesia. She's going
Oh
back.
shit. Oh, make it go.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Does
Okay.
anyone have a match?
Why did I unleash this in my apartment? I don't know.
Ooh, that's powdery.
That it really is. Yeah. I hadn't really unleashed
Oh, that
it
is
properly.
dusty.
Oof. Oh, my God. Oh, that is lingering
Oh,
and
it's
strong.
gonna linger on the palate.
Oh, my
It's gonna
God.
linger on the
And you
palate.
sprayed that over where you're sitting, which is like 2 people away from me for the listeners at home who want to paint a mental picture. And it's, yeah, you know what? Anyone who comes in the next 2 days is going to think that I've just scrubbed the place with toilet water.
Or that
Rosie-
you just fucked Alaska's Aunt Debbie.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. That could be the scuttlebutt. Going forward.
Debbie? I must have like really rotten and singed off olfactory sense stuff because
Well-
I'm like totally fine. I can't really smell anything.
Well,
right
you're
now.
not a smoker, Alaska, so you must be getting a much more powerful blast of it than we are because,
It's hitting me.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
coming
hitting
in
me.
waves to me, too. Yeah. Droplets in
It's-
the air. How's it mixing with the raspberry Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola is helping because it covers it. It's really, I think it's like a trigger. Like it's taking me
You
back.
are. I see. There's a look of
triggered.
stunned confusion
Yeah, you do.
on your face.
Yeah, you look like you're going through something right now.
It's taking me back somewhere, and I don't know where I want to go.
Well, now that you're in a more vulnerable headspace, let's get all Diane Sawyer on you.
Yes, let's.
When did it start?
So-
the pain, Alaska. What is the
drugs.
truth? The drugs.
Was it Coke?
Was it Coke? Was it crystal?
Was it pills?
Was it, yeah. Was it
Was
just
it freebasing?
Was it crystal pills?
Did you smoke crack or did you freebase, darling? And don't lie. I can see your pupils.
How about you, Diane?
Yeah, Diane.
So I have this stack of receipts from your drug
Show me the
dealer.
receipts. Show me the receipt.
Oh my God. What are you listening to lately, music-wise?
I have been obsessed with Morning Train by Sheena Easton.
Oh God, that is such
I
a
listen
fabulous
to it
song.
every morning.
It's a good day setter. Your vibe setter, rather.
I love it. And also Say a Little Prayer by Aretha, the Aretha version.
Okay.
Because she doesn't sing any of the key words.
Oh, she just
She
skips
goes,
them?
I say a little. And the backup chorus goes, pray for you. She literally just goes, I say a little. I love this song.
It's such a great song. A little taste for listeners.
And she like does a full whistle tone during the bridge. She's like,
I like when Sheena Easton got like sexy Sheena.
right.
later
This
on.
is like
Yeah.
before this when she was like all nice and
Yeah.
playful. Do you know the song?
Nope, never heard it.
You might know it when the chorus hits.
Yeah, I bet you will. I was thinking it was 81. Big hit in 81. Yeah, she was like the cute girl next door. That was her
And then
image.
Prince got a hold of her and was like, "You need to be sex."
We're gonna
She
sing about
became
your
like the
vagina.
slut about this.
My baby.
Oh, this one.
Baby,
It's so good.
morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then he takes another home again.
It's so good.
Oh, I'm downloading that right now.
It is literally the power of like writing that one verse that is just catchy and resonates, and like how many years later and it still is like
Burned in
we
your
know
memory.
that song.
Oh yeah, almost all
Everyone
the
knows
words
that
too. And what's great, the lyrics are kind of ridiculous. She's like, he takes the morning train, he works, he takes another train back.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Very, very simple. Describe the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a David Byrne lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show the car. Now walk around the car. There you go.
I used to work in training video stuff, and they'd be like, well, tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them again what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them.
Yeah.
And which is
Yeah,
kind of
It's
the policy
very
of
that.
this. Yeah.
She's like,
And
he
don't be
goes
afraid to
work.
summarize
He
what
goes
you've
to work
said. Yeah.
after
He
work.
works
And then
at work.
yeah.
And then he returns from work.
And then the next day.
Yeah. You know, it's a
goes
little
to
bit
work.
more the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to summarize at the end of the week what had transpired those 5 days.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to tell you about it. I want to sing about it.
Yeah. I got to tell you. You would never believe what my husband just did.
That's a good counterpart to 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of the early 80s sound like that? Like Hall & Oates or...
And the look.
Oh, the look is really fantastic. Yeah.
It's a unique time. The
It is.
70s were going out, the 80s were coming in. Pussy Bows. I just think of like the movie 9 to 5.
Of course, yeah.
and Jane Fonda.
And you're a giant Whitney Houston fan. Yeah. Giant. Is that your favorite singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to listen to one Whitney Houston song for the rest of your days here on Earth, what would it be?
All the Man That I Need.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who were your favorite artists growing up?
Well, my first CD / tape was Ace of Base, which I think still lives with me because I just love that sound. No Doubt was really huge for me. That was one of my first CDs. Oh my God.
Now take your pants off.
I just
Take a big hit of the maximum impact and
Yeah.
the Hedwig perfume
and
at the same time.
Finish that Coca-Cola. Let's take this train out of.
But then we're going to switch you to the Georgia Peach Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she gets me.
Have you seen the documentary?
Yeah, it's called Can I Be Me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically about like if they would have just let her like be with the
Robin
person
or-
that she
yeah.
loved.
Yeah.
Whether that was like a sexual thing or not.
Yeah.
If they would have like just allowed her to be with who she wanted to be with.
Right.
She probably would still be alive and she probably wouldn't have been quite as troubled and
I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's really sad. So like she gets me.
She got you, gal.
I got you, gal.
So let's talk about something. Let's talk about some sweet stuff. Okay. What is your favorite memory of me? I'm just kidding. What was your favorite memory of on?
That's not a bad question, actually. So let's address
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and then let's move on to the next thing.
Should I
you're
take
gonna
my
say.
pants off?
I remember what you just really want to take your you want
Yeah.
someone to take
Yeah.
their pants
Yeah.
I
off.
just want somebody to take their pants off.
I remember that moment at DragCon, and I think it was your first DragCon after the season that you were on, after season 7.
Oh yeah, I
and
met
I
you
remember we were just crossing paths, and we were both wearing red, and we actually looked a lot alike.
Yeah, we did.
Like in
We did.
photos.
there. Yep,
Because we like both had the same makeup on, and
Yep.
we were both wearing red and blonde hair.
blonde hair. Yeah.
And I remember just meeting, and it was a really lovely moment. And then it was all downhill from there. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, I met you and Willem for the first time at that DragCon right at the end.
Yeah, it was like everyone was closing up their things, and we were just crossing paths.
Yeah, you never. It's like always. I was always so excited to see all the girls, and then you never see any of them.
Well,
No.
right.
Yeah.
None of them. None of them. Literally. And you're like maybe like 3 months later, you're like, "Hey, did you have fun at DragCon?" And you're like, "Who's this?" Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Did you two ever tour together?
Oh yeah. What did we work on? What did we do? The bots? No.
The Rounderbum tour.
We did the yeah we did.
Rounder Bum presents.
Yeah, rottenhags.com. The Kennel Club dog show. Basic blonde bitches.
Dog and Pony Show.
Yeah. Well, we could go on tour. We could do an I Can See You From My House tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a double feature.
Russia,
Just-
Alaska,
perfect.
distant, cold places.
Yeah. Yes, skinny, bow-legged, blonde whores. It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
What were each of you, or where were each of you in your lives when you were on tour together? So, like, for instance, were you still sober, Brian?
God.
And Alaska,
That's a blur.
I'm not sure about where you were at that stage.
Remember.
Yeah, it's kind of a blur.
It's there's a lot of blurs.
Yeah, it's not
It's like
total
Facetune.
amnesia.
It's like Facetune. My memories are like Facetune.
Like when you do it too much and the
The
eyes get all
double
fucked
blur
up. Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Especially on that hairline where there's just a halo. You have like it's funny when the girls call out other girls for like face tuning their photographs.
Yeah.
I think forgetting that we are in fact coarse ground lumberjack men.
Yeah.
In like 14 pounds of makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, ooh, girl, I see that face tune. It's like, well, great.
Yeah, because
Good.
your whole gig is artifice. Like it's
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
the image.
Well,
yeah.
I go for Chuck Close photorealism.
Oh, of course. That's
I mean,
right. Granny Black and White.
Yeah, just.
Chuck Farr.
I mean, now I'm like self-conscious about taking because I've been on Instagram for a while, and
Yeah.
now I don't even want. I just want to put everything through like a maybe set the camera up at one end of the room, walk 40 paces away, and have a large sheet of Vaseline in between me, and then just like a distant, like a ghostly silhouette or something.
Yeah.
I think
You
that's
always
a good-
want a sheet of Vaseline, though.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Do the fans call you anything weird? Do they call you anything weird? Do they call you mom?
I think I get mom. I like mom.
Yeah.
I
What
like
other things do they call you? Anything? You don't have pet names for your fans, do you? Oh yes, snake.
Snake devil.
Snake devil bitch.
Snake devil bitch from hell.
Oh, that's right.
I remember now the snake emoji
The
thing.
snake
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So that was correct me if I'm wrong. That was a Taylor Swift thing, right?
Right, because
So-
she had just been exposed. This is the new favorite thing online is like, expose her.
Oh yeah.
Expose her.
Yeah. Bring the receipts. Scalding tea.
Bible girl, expose
Expose.
Ms. Cracker for who she really is.
Yeah, the children love to. This is what they love to do. What I've observed anyway is they love to. There are key ingredients in a proper exposition or expose.
Do tell, because I see little fragments of this, but I don't quite know what's going on.
First, we have to have a scandal.
Oh,
so
okay.
the scandal. Then there's someone is exposed for being the mask. The Scooby-Doo mask is peeled away from someone else who's doing a LaToya Jackson style investigation.
Yeah.
And then once their scaly reptilian true nature is revealed underneath the farce of their sparkling persona, then the receipts are brought. The tea is scalded. This tea scalds the children, and then it's the attack of the snakes. Is that pretty much how it goes? Yeah.
Now, what level of scandal would it need to be? Would it
Stubbing a toe?
Okay.
Yeah, like Alaska stubbed my toe at a meet and greet, so I could then go after her.
Okay. Now it's time to expose.
Yeah, she didn't tip. She only tipped 16% at brunch,
Okay.
and had to leave 10 minutes early.
I used to work in the service industry, so now I'm like,
I tip like 40%. Yeah.
Girl, yeah.
Absolutely.
I have tipping problems sometimes because I always will think, wait, is that enough? I mean, I always want to tip well, but then every once in a while I'll ridiculously over tip because I'm so terrified of not tipping properly.
Yeah.
Oh, but they've done studies that like people who have grown up with no money, and especially if you work like poor people are the most generous
Best tippers,
tippers.
Yeah.
That's I to my detriment hilariously over tip, but I'm not trying to when I'm setting myself up for having to do it every time.
Now it's time for you to be
Expose
exposed.
her.
Don't bring the
She
receipts.
said on her podcast.
This tea is scalding. It's burning my face.
They bragged, the both of them, about over tipping. All three of them. It's time to expose them.
Oh, Diane Sawyer, get those receipts away from me.
Bar them from DragCon.
Yeah, barred, blocked, and reported. Yeah. What were we just talking about?
It was a really tumultuous time
Oh yeah,
in my
the
life.
snakes. Describe what that was like, if you want to.
Yeah, give a little bit of the backstory for those who aren't familiar. I'm sure some of the listeners know more about it than any three of us.
Yeah.
But what was the sort of igniting incident that led to all that?
Well, wait. Let me set it up, if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
So I have to. So basically, in All Stars 2, Alaska came in. She came. She saw. She conquered. And we're all like, "Oh, great, okay." We all just kind of like, because she came it was
you've said to me before.
Yeah.
Well, when Alaska came in, we realized, oh right, Alaska's going to win this one. You
we
felt it.
Now we were just coasting.
And
we're cruising.
Well, it also
Yeah.
you told me that you felt some kind of relief, like, I can just be myself, and also you had overcome the confidence crisis that you dealt with on season 7.
Yeah.
So you were like, I can just fly.
Yeah, we could just.
Yeah.
I could just do my best and kind of just sit back and just bide my time until I can expose all these queens. No, seriously, just sit back and I'm like, oh, it was. I remember when she came in, I was like, oh God, because her monologue was flawless and really long and really cool, and I was like, oh. Fucking hell, because I had walked in and flubbed my 2 lines.
Oh, really?
I completely. I was like,
I didn't come here to slay. I came here. Oh shit!
no, I did come to slay. God damn it! I didn't come here to pay. I came here to pray. No, fuck.
I'm here for RuPaul's best friends, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, God
shit.
damn it!
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, I'm here. This is fun. This is cool. And then immediately I was like, oh shit, fuck. And but then she came and was like, you were like almost second to last, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
And and it was just like, okay. And she came in, she looked so beautiful, and she had this trash bag thing on that was like taking up the whole damn room. And I remember immediately admiring her for wearing these giant clunky hiking boots. And I was like, oh, okay. Not only is she prepared, she's also smart. The fucking cunt. And because I had to stand around in those fucking 5-inch pleasers the whole damn time. Yeah. And it's really, Craig, it's really
first day is the
painful.
longest day.
First day,
okay.
You were standing up the whole day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're just sitting around there. You're standing around. There's a lot of people at home they forget. They don't realize that you pause for camera repositioning.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes 20 minutes.
Yeah, they tell you to just wait.
You just wait and you don't talk. And you're shifting and it's a lot.
And don't they use the term hard ice? Isn't that?
Yep, hard ice.
I love
shut
that.
the fuck
Which
up.
is,
yeah.
That's also a Demeter fragrance that we should be getting.
Oh yeah, and
soon
it
in the mail.
also is
Yeah.
my drug dealer once sold that. Yeah. You want the soft or hard ice today, Carolyn?
That's the crazy one.
Yeah. But that honestly, that doesn't stop you from talking.
Well, how could it? I mean, it's like
yeah.
I'm sure after a while you got to do something. So basically, every time, for instance, in the workroom, when Rue is going around and talking to everyone, there's like a pause between each of those moments, and they have to reset everything to go up, just to give a little bit of context for the listener.
Didn't you find, my experience when I first went on, I was like, oh my God, it is so weird. It's not like there's so much downtime.
Yeah.
There's so much downtime. It does not flow. And you're like, and you have to quickly learn to like, shut down and turn on, shut off and turn on.
It's very that.
Yeah. And,
on any TV set is always like that. Even like music video sets.
Yeah.
Definitely TV sets. Movies, I think, are even crazier with the waiting and
sure, because the lighting and everything's about getting everything set up just so.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's activities in a scene where, for instance, say like someone throws a pie on someone. So if they have to do that a number of times, there's a full reset of the wardrobe and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. You're on like, you have like a 18-hour day and really be embroiled in action for like 40 minutes.
Literally.
Yeah. It's totally nuts. It's like the weirdest thing, and you get home and you're like, what the fuck did I even do today?
Yeah.
What the fuck did I spent like 400 gigabytes of Twitter usage, and that's about it.
It's got to be
crazy.
Extremely disorienting, especially because on Drag Race you don't have your phones, and you only see either the workroom, the stage, the smoking area, and the hotel.
That's it.
And then the van.
Oh, the van that sparks up everything. Yeah,
the van. And you never smoked on Drag Race, did you?
Oh, on season 5, yeah.
You did.
I mean, Alaska talks. We were the smokers.
That's right.
Why we
That's
were
right.
friends.
Right.
That's why we were like hanging out. And, like,
that's right.
It was sort of an advantage, so I like sort of took up smoking for season 5 because it's the only time you get to go outdoors than go outside.
Right. And also, everyone is sort of like you said, Brian, before. Everyone's in a different mode when you're out at the smoking area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
smoking saved my life.
It's an advantage to be a smoker at Drag Race.
Sure.
You want to talk about self-care?
Yeah, sure.
Tobacco saved my life on Drag Race.
It's true.
Hi, I'm Brian McCook for tobacco.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell you.
Yeah, big tobacco saved my life.
Because I didn't smoke on All Stars, and then I just descended quickly into madness. I mean, it really was. I haven't really seen the Lord of the Rings movies, but we just watched one the other day, and I was like, oh, this is such a boy movie. I don't want to watch this. And like 2 seconds in, I was really hooked. And like, they're like so amazing. And the fucking Gollum with his fucking ring and the like, I literally, that's such a real thing. Is like having something that's very grand, that you think that once you get, it will solve all your problems.
Right, yeah.
And having it within reach, it sort of makes you fucking act really crazy. And that was like very much what was happening with me with Drag Race, because season 5, I knew I wasn't going to win. So I was absolved from it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
And then on All Stars, it was like everyone saying going into it, everyone was like, you're going to win.
Oh, yeah, you're going to win. It was like, exactly. I liken it to people, to athletes who are seated at number 1. And they're like, you go into the Olympics, the favorite, and it's yours to lose.
Exactly.
The commentators set you up for like, and it's all that build up and the build up
Yeah.
and the build up if you see of like, especially in the, you know, the Olympics or whatever, they do it a lot with gymnasts, and it's like, you know, the pressure mounts and builds, and then you go in there with that attitude, and like any little fuck up, you're gonna totally just, you know, you feel like you're gonna blow it. I actually thought, because I think I told you, I actually thought you were, because you did so well, I thought your little moment at the makeover thing was planned. I thought it was planned, because I was like, oh, she's good.
I never
She's
wanted to
smart.
plan to do bad. Like, it wasn't a plan
That
to
doesn't
do
make any
bad.
sense. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. does it?
Right. And I never wanted to plan to be in the bottom. I never wanted that.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you have no choice but to express your emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
If that happened in real life and like I did shitty at a thing, I would be like, peace out, guys. I'm going home. I would go home and cry and like be upset and then text my friends to be like, they suck, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But like you don't have that as an option
Right.
Yeah.
when you have cameras trained on you and you're doing it. So I leaned into it and I let it out. And I don't know that was the right thing to do, but I did it.
Right.
And it wasn't planned, but it was like just truthing the emotions that were.
Right.
Bringing the realness, as it were.
Well, it was the one moment, like watching it, that I was like, oh, well, this is like the one real moment that I had. Because I would sit in the interview chair and they would ask me a question. I would be like, I'm not going to say anything. I didn't say this out loud, but I was like, I'm not going to say anything that could be misconstrued or turned against me or anything. So I would think really long and I would just talk really slow and say the most diplomatic, boring answer. It's not. So it was like, and someone said to me, it was at the reunion taping, someone was like, someone who works at World of Wonder was like, if that tantrum thing didn't happen, you probably wouldn't have won.
Wait, say that again. I don't get it.
Someone who is important at World of Wonder said, if it weren't for that tantrum thing, you wouldn't have won.
Oh yeah.
If I wouldn't have exposed
right.
myself.
Had a breakdown.
Oh my
full
God.
Emotional.
Right,
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why you said that.
That's why
might
I
have been-
figured I was like, it was so intimidating, because I was like, oh my God, this bitch really came to just smoke us all out. Like it was
I'm not that smart.
No, well,
I wish that I had thought about it.
No. I mean, before the tantrum, I was like, it was very like, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but it was like, in terms of the competition, I was like, she was way up at the top, and then it was like several elevator stops down the mountain. We're all just kind of milling around to see who can get second place. You know what I mean? And it was like, you were so cool, calm, and collected, and just, it was really, I was like breathtaking and alienating.
Of course.
Yeah. And then, but then the tantrum was like, I wasn't like,
party.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember that.
Fucking Russian bitch with your fucking sitting on the couch saying party, bitch.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that whatsoever. Like, I don't remember any of this stuff. That's like that's the best thing about being a fool, though, because you don't like, you're just like derpy derp. Like, you know, I don't plan anything ever, including this outfit. Not planning. Did you have a hard time preparing for the? Did you have any time to prepare for your outfits for the show?
For All Stars?
Yeah.
Well, I know you didn't have any fucking time because you came straight off of the thing.
Yep.
I had enough time to like conceptualize, and luckily I have talented friends who make clothes, and
your
we
stuff
did
was
it.
awesome.
We made it happen, and
I
was happy with that.
What was your favorite and least favorite outfit? If you could redo one of your outfits from All Stars 2, what would it be?
Well,
they're all so perfect, darling.
They are all so perfect. Like the Aquaria answer. I don't know. I looked so amazing the whole time.
Once again, Alaska's overcome with emotion. We're going to have to take a small break to recompose.
The
one thing I regret most is licking your face.
Oh, I hated you for that, you bitch.
I felt like And even rewatching it, I'm like, it just kind of makes me cringe a little. And because I'm very like, especially now, and we're like, you know, in this age of like where consent has always been important, but now it's like in conversation now, and like, and I just feel like really gross about it, and I apologize.
Well, I was just really turned off that you didn't finger me after it. You're gonna lick and then leave me high and wet.
It was like, because where I come from with drag is like we were always just go for it, and just totally. You know, throw the drink in the audience and spit the water and get pissed on and like all of that. But I think I've changed, and and I think drag has changed, and like what's permissible and acceptable. And
it also depends on the context and the environment where you're at and who's in the crowd and all that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I still love I love a little wild, you know, bitch moment, especially in drag, you know. But you know, it's, like you say, you got to have an awareness of what the audience signs up for. Yeah, you know, if I remember, at Precinct once, I like jumped off of something with a crucifix in my hand, and it broke and waxed my friend, Allie, the merch designer, in the forehead, and she was bleeding.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah,
but you know, she's dead now, so it's okay.
She can't sue. She can't. Yeah. She's time to be exposed.
Expose her. Where drag her. Expose her.
Let's get a little into your drag experience coming up, when you first started doing drag, and how that all happened.
How did it start?
It was a magic moment. It really was. Mm-hmm. And it was like I was coming into myself and realizing that I wanted to be like gay. Mm-hmm. Like, because we were
as we all know, it's a choice.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We were so scared of being femme or flamboyant in any way, because we felt like we're never gonna like be able to date anyone or have sex.
Right.
It was a constant thing. And I think it still exists a little bit, but not as much as it did back then. And this was like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago.
You just turned 43, right?
72, yeah.
72, yeah. Things were different in 72, yeah.
But I was like, I'm just going to go completely the opposite direction with it and just lean into my natural impulses to be flamboyant, strange, and gay and whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so drag was part of that. So I started like making clothes and sewing classes and stuff like that. And I saw a flyer for Chi Chi LaRue's fishbowl contest at the club, and I picked it up and I said, I'm going to win this.
Oh, wow.
I had never done drag before in my life.
Yeah.
In your life.
And you lied. You never lied so much in your life.
And what age were you?
22.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
21 or 22.
That's kind of a late start these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
People are starting at 8, 9.
Yeah.
Got Instagram followers.
Third grade. If we're not locked in at third grade, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
You better start.
It's like women's gymnastics. If you don't have a good trainer by the time you're 9, forget about it.
Forget it. Yeah.
So anyways, keep going.
So you saw the flyer, and then you decided you were going to win.
I picked it. I didn't have a drag name or anything. I had never done it. And then I picked it up, and the prize was like $250, which was huge.
Yeah.
And the gag was you picked up your number you were going to do out of the fishbowl on stage. So you didn't know what you were even going to perform. Mm-hmm. So I prepared stunts like I do.
Yep.
I was wearing a plastic skirt, and I reached in and kept pulling stuff out of my skirt. So I like pulled out booze and like a dildo and then I took the skirt off and it said I heart Chi Chi.
Oh my god.
Like so pulled. Like
pulling
it
the
was
patch.
very like all my all-stars lip syncs. Just pulling stunts.
Stunts and shows, yeah.
And I won the contest, and like it was against all the major girls in Pittsburgh because they all wanted that $250 prize money.
Of course.
Yes.
And also they'd been doing it for a while, so there's that implied feeling of like, well, that new person, they're never going to win it.
Exactly.
Did you get a lot of blowback from that?
No, everyone was cool. It was great.
Because sometimes people can be a little shitty, you know.
You know how bitchy fags can be.
Did you get any blowjobs from it?
That night I was in drag, or maybe it was another night. Maybe poetically I'm thinking it was that night. Yeah. But the fucking guy that I had been like hooking up with, he was like, if you ever do drag, I won't be able to, like, we won't be able to hang out anymore.
No way.
He literally said that if I see you in drag, I won't be able to find you attractive anymore.
Well, no wonder,
Wow.
you know, people might have had a feeling like I can't really be femme or lean into these things. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was like that night or another night that I had been booked in drag, and I like ran into him at the club, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Oh my God.
But the truth was, like, I had, you know, more fulfilling relationships after I started doing drag.
Yeah,
So.
I always forget about that, especially after the show now, because it's
What becomes your day-to-day reality.
right. But holy shit, that thing is true, and that specter of drag lurking when you have a guy over, and a lot of queens like are really adamant about keeping all that stuff hidden.
Wow.
Lest a grinder or scruff trick comes in and like, what are the you know, God, how you know,
And looks down upon it.
yeah, God forbid you be feminine in any way, darling.
Right.
Yeah, I've never had that problem myself. Because I'm always...
Because you fuck straight guys.
Well, no, I'm just
Who
saying...
want you to wear the wig.
Yeah, I was like, people don't accept me out of drag.
I saw him changing a tire, and I was like, you can't do that around me. That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. You have to
I
call
don't know
AAA.
that masculine shit, bro.
Can you please put on those heels over there? Maybe a wig for lunch? Because I just don't feel comfortable.
Making me uncomfortable.
He fixed his own air conditioner.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out. Yeah.
Sorry, this isn't gonna work.
Oh my God. So, what's been going on since then? Since All Stars? Wait, how many albums have you done? How many? So there was two. Pound Cake, and then the one before that. What was the title of the first one?
Anus.
That's right. Anus Thing Is Possible. Mm-hmm. And you're a marketing and branding genius. Please explain.
Okay. Please explain.
Please explain.
Please explain.
Could you give us a little bit about the branding?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just say the same thing over and over again. Steal constantly from everyone at all times. Well, it's the great thing about drag is like there's no like you really can just dip your fingers in everything, which I love because I love doing visual design and I love doing makeup and I love making music and acting and singing. Like, and we literally get to do it
Everything.
all. I don't know what, maybe comedians are sort of have that now a little bit. They have that sort of, they can do
dramatic
a lot
roles
of it.
or maybe make music if they want.
Yeah.
But it used to not be so that way. Like even Eddie Murphy, who released records, was always sort of shit on for putting records out.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they don't have nice outfits though. T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because that's more real. you
Oh
know?
yes, it's real.
Yeah.
The
We
realness.
were at the fucking comedy festival, and I was like, why did we choose the career where we have to literally
Oh, I know.
have two giant suitcases
Yeah.
and then take 4 hours
Yep.
just to turn into the thing that goes on stage, where all these people literally put on the clothes they came in
Yeah.
on the airplane.
Yeah.
And they get to go like do their job and
Yeah, they might
be
take
valued.
they might take a paper towel to wipe off any like a little bit of shine from their
Right.
forehead and just
Yeah.
like hit the stage and be like, "What's the deal with that?" Yeah,
Airplane peanuts.
yeah, airplane
we-
peanuts. I
like,
hate them.
We chose the wrong path. Like
it's
the
so
comedians
crazy.
are so smart.
And I always forget, Craig, because we now that we're not like breaking into the mainstream, but I guess you could say that we are. Like people are only starting now to become aware of what it takes for us to show up.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like we we do everything ourselves. And I've worked gigs where like there's no accommodation for that fact, or you get there and there's like they have all these like they have a hair and makeup artist waiting, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah,
You don't know how to do it.
yeah, and they don't. They don't know how to do it. So it can be hard to trust people. Like they've never glued eyebrows down before.
No.
They've never done spackle over sandpaper.
Girl.
Yeah. Have you ever had somebody do your makeup?
It's a lesson you learn early on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know how I like it to look, and I know how it's gonna look if I do it, and I'm very fine with that.
Well, that's like Kiss. You know, they always put on their own makeup. They
really?
They wouldn't trust anyone else to do it.
Yeah.
And it was also then part of the preparation process, you know, sort of the meditative state or whatever before going on stage.
It is.
Yeah.
That is a special a special thing that we get to do.
Yeah, I miss, actually, I never thought I'd say I miss putting on makeup, but I miss the process of transforming.
It's a ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a ritual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is actually really powerful, not to like wax poetic about it, but yeah, and it's alone time sometimes, and it's like, I love to feel myself. Do you ever feel yourself? Is there a psychic change that occurs when you put on your dragoon stuff?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it happens with anyone who does that. And I can feel myself talking louder and I really notice it when the promoter from a gig picks us up at the airport. And then I'm like, just sort of like, well, yes, trying to make small talk and whatever. And then like later, once all the thing is on and once it's come to life, and then we're in the car to the venue with the same people.
Yeah.
The same people. We don't know each other. It's a completely different interaction.
Yeah.
It's like I'm louder and I'm more playful and I'm wanting to make more jokes.
Yeah.
So, I think something magical happens, and that's why there's something to it.
I like walking out of the elevator in drag, going to
I bet you do. Just pretty womaning around Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, I've got a runner in my
Big
pantyhose.
mistake. Huge.
I just go to the concierge with all these crumpled up bills. I have money to spend here. Oh my God.
I have a few questions that may be boring, but that's what my goal is. So I want to go for those. So I'm not sure on the timeline about when you got sober and clean and whether or not you were with Sharon at the time. And I was curious about that.
Well, there was a time period after Sharon and I broke up where I was getting sick all the time, and like I couldn't really figure out why, and I was also contemplating moving across the country, and like I just wanted to like have some clarity, because literally for the 4 years Sharon and I were together, we got drunk every single night.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without exception, without fail.
Wow.
Every night. So I wanted to like have a break and have some like clarity.
Sure. Right.
And I was also just getting sick all the time, and I was like, I have to stop so I can take antibiotics and not be sick anymore. So I might as well stay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it was like for 2 years, two and a half years, I didn't have a drink. I was never like clean and sober. I've never been to a meeting. I have tremendous respect for people who have and who do.
Sure.
But I've danced the tango with addiction, and I still do.
Yeah.
I'm not like clean or sober at this time in my life.
For the listeners at home, we do have a mountain of cocaine on the table.
Well, why do you think I have a mirrored table?
Freebasing right now.
And not crack. Let's make that very clear. It's not crack. Freebase.
Alaska Joanne Thunderfun does not smoke crack.
Nothing that base. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah.
Well, then forgive me for assuming that you were, because I'm not up on the latest gossip. I mean, I was, I have to go back to the exposés, but
right. No, expose her. I mean, the truth is, I think I was really into telling everyone how sober I was when I wasn't drinking.
I mean, sure.
Also, you were establishing your own separate identity as a person, because when you're in a couple, first, that's one thing on its own. And then when the couple is, like you said, drinking together every single night, that's part of it. You know what I mean?
And also, I mean, I would assume you go around traveling and promoters are like shoving drinks in your face, and everything is it's like, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? And to have that kind of barrier to be like, you know, like just say whatever you need to say to get it out of your face, I'm sure is probably helpful. Yeah.
And it was becoming like a lot about coke too. So it was like
before the break, or
it was like around the breakup, leading up to the breakup. It was like, it wasn't like, oh, if coke happened at the gig, that was fine. It was like in the car ride from the airport. It was like, so is coke happening, or
the question that's really a statement. It's like, the coke better be
that's
it's on the rider.
And it was actually Michelle Visage who we had a very serious discussion about like work ethic, and it was like, if you're just a party monster and that's the reputation that you get, you're not going to work very long. Because because there's going to be a new group of girls next time, and if you don't show up and like do your job and like then you're not going to be around in a year.
Right.
So that was like a huge part of like, okay, I might need to like take a step back and like, you know,
and also
out and get some
rebranding
clarity.
basically. If you were a little too vocal, if you think that about saying I'm sober, there's no harm in you're pulling back. So saying that. You know what I mean? And then that's the impression that whoever, promoters, whatever, business people have. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Never mind that you have a catheter of whiskey.
Of Pinot Grigio just coming down the line.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Well, listen.
That was the one thing I asked you to not bring up today. I gave you a list of things that we are not speaking about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the not looking and no direct eye contact. I was like, okay, fine, that's fine, because Brian gets like that too.
No direct eye contact.
Why is he looking at me again? Stare into my brown eye, Craig. I told you.
That's why you're asking about the pants off thing. Listeners, just wanted to let you know that.
Do you mind if I have a cigarette?
Of course I don't mind.
While we're outside having a cigarette, I just want to ask everyone to please subscribe on iTunes and write a review. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, for those of you who have not checked out our Patreon page, now's a perfect time to go there. Patreon.com/Katya and Craig. And you'll see all of the terrific bonus material we have on offer. Again, that's bonus episodes, bonus listener questions episodes, and also Katya and Craig's Movie Club. All right, now back to the show. We've had our cigarette and we're back.
And we're back with Alaska Joanne Elizabeth Thunderfun.
So did you arrive at that name as your first drag name?
Sure did.
Yeah.
And
I
is
was
that-
really stoned in college, and my friends were talking about strains that they had smoked, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, I smoked Alaskan Thunderfuck in Amsterdam," and I was like really stoned, and I was like, "That." I wrote it down on my notebook, and I said, "That's my drag name."
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's really cool.
And after you won that competition, what was the next couple of years of your drag life like? Did you have a mentor or anything? Or drag mother? No.
Not really, because I moved to LA
Oh, okay. Yeah.
shortly after that, and I was like, I'm going to give up drag. Like, I'm going to be an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't happen. This number keeps calling me. And
Pick it up. Who is that? Then can I talk to
I
them?
don't. I'm scared. I think it's
Erie, Pennsylvania.
It's not anyone that I know though, because they would leave a voicemail.
But I could talk to them.
I'm scared that they're trying to get money.
Oh, I'm really good with that.
Yeah.
Bill collectors, when I blow up, you'll get it.
Just get it.
Yeah.
Just answer it.
Put on speaker.
Hello, how are you? Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Hello? You can give your dick to the laundry? You can give your head to the cook? Thank you so much for calling.
And I want to get back to your...
Anyone there?
Nobody was there.
I want to get back to your LA story, but first there's an important question that a future guest has for you.
Oh.
It's a recording, but we'll get
It's
to
a
it.
video message. Like
a vid-
it's
it's a video.
Untucked. They're wheeling
yeah.
in the TV
That's
right now.
They're wheeling in the TV. We're putting the VHS in the machine.
Yeah.
Because just like on Drag Race, we want it to look as shitty as possible when they have the video message.
Are you gay?
No.
I always like to know if a guy's gay.
That's Tatum O'Neal in Circle of Two. She's asking Richard Burton, who is her love interest in the film. He's 60 years old and she's 16. And they're at a cafe and she just casually asks,
Are you gay? No. I always like to know if a guy's gay. Have you ever used it as a pickup line?
Are you gay?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you'll try.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll try
I bet it works.
It's my go-to. Although people don't like to. I don't believe in labels anymore.
Yeah. I'm an image consultant. I'm
Yeah.
gay.
I like in Australia they say, "Are you keen?
Are you gay?
Are you keen?"
that's good. It's almost like, are you up for fun?
Yeah.
Or you go to the good old, which is, "Can I rummage around your shit can?"
That's a little more bold than the toolbox one.
Yeah, rummage around in my toolbox.
Yeah.
I'm the Bob Vila of drag.
Okay. This old house.
Yeah.
You got to redo them gutters.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh.
So when you were in LA, Were you on anything? Did you land any parts in that process?
Was I ever?
We can get into that too.
No, but I did drag for fun, and then I ended up getting like bookings out of it, just because I didn't look anything like any of the other WeHo girls at all. I was. Right, exactly. Like I was really inspired by Tranny Shack in San Francisco, and I was like, I just loved how crazy and wild they looked, and so I was bringing that.
When did you start? When did you make a transition into out of this Beyond This Planet Beautiful? No, seriously.
I don't know. When did I think it was like when I was figuring out my footing, and especially in Pittsburgh, it was like because I would get booked all around the city in different venues, and it was like I could get away with more if I followed more of the drag rules. Yeah. So it's almost like you could break more rules the more rules that you follow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I went in looking disheveled and like all fucked up and like,
punk rock, if you will.
Right. Yeah. Then it's like, it's sort of, your performance is sort of one note, and it's like you look like what you're going to act like, and that's it. Yeah. So it was like I did it so I could be more crazy and like shock people.
Right. Yeah.
How long were you in LA before moving to Pittsburgh?
3 years, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I met Sharon, and it was curtains.
And did you meet Sharon out here, or?
I met her in Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, who is this? What is this person? I was like obsessed. It was like she was the cult leader, and I was like,
well, you guys had the House of Haunt, right? Was it called the House of Haunt? And it was a makeshift drag house.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many members?
Well, the House of Haunt started as a noise band project.
Really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then once Sharon got on Drag Race, shortly after that, she was like, I'm from Pittsburgh in the House of Haunt. And
okay, gotcha.
And so it sort of grew into this like mythical thing. But we did it once. It was me and Sharon and our friend Cherry Baum. And we literally just had all these weird mics, and like we would like crinkle like a plastic bag on the microphone and play it really loud and read like the instructions off the
ooh, some ASMR.
Just always look both ways before crossing the street. Like it was really weird.
That's
great.
It was
cool.
I like that.
We looked great.
I like that.
Yeah.
You should do a House of Haunt.
House of Haunt reunion.
Yeah, you should do a short film. Do you ever you get into short films?
I love short films.
You should do a short. We should do a short film. Actually, we did a film together.
We did.
We did a film together. The Quiet Room.
I thought you were really great in that.
I played a male nurse, and she was a monster. And I don't want to give a spoiler, but
I'm a monster.
Yeah, and she got into the Lainey. Was it Lainey, the makeup artist? She put her into the fucking craziest, spookiest, grossest drag
wettest, slimiest.
Oh my god! In the stuff they had this
Ultra slime. I have to go to the bathroom and take care of something. You just said
ultra slime.
It creates those sticky tendrils when you like pull your hands apart.
Okay, like it looks like connective tissue or something.
It is so gnarly, covered. I was so impressed. She was just so chill. Just getting all done up, so chill. I was like, "How does she?"
I didn't feel chill. I felt cold because I was naked and wet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And we were in an abandoned pet hospital.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad to hear you say that I was chill because I felt like I was really irritable because it was really challenging to I mean,
I was in awe. I was like, oh my God, I could never do that.
It was 4 hours to get into the makeup and then like 2 hours to get out at the end of the night and just naked and freezing. I had them bring in every space heater they could find and just set them around me.
I walked in there, put on some scrubs, and it was like, that's it. That's all I did.
But you still demanded the space heaters, but you wouldn't turn them on.
Right. I needed to have 12 more than her. Sure. And I needed to have my own room. I will not breathe the same air as that monster from Alaska. No.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when did the pain begin?
Girl, it's always been there. I was bored with it. Maybe she's bored with it.
Maybe it's clinical depression.
But back to the pain.
Yeah, back to the pain. I want to ask you something
Oh. Alaska, I have to ask you. That night we shared, we were both so raw, so vulnerable. You looked into my eyes and said the words that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. You stared me down, gripped my pelvis. Your fetid hot breath wheezed at my face, and you said to me 3 words that I hope you'll regret for the rest of your life. I hate you.
Oh, I thought it was going to be fancy a fucking.
What's your favorite place to visit?
Fancy a fucking mother.
Will you be my drag mom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, Craig, I'm so sorry. Wait. So you're a singer-songwriter, and I'm aspiring chanteuse.
Elusive shunt.
Reclusive chanteuse. I'm thinking about doing an album. I don't think I'm ever going to do it, but I'm thinking about doing an album, and I just want to. Oh, we actually have a really good remix of Kitty Girl.
Oh yeah. We'll do the acapella version.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But I just want to run by you. Maybe you could be my vocal coach. I'm sorry to make it all about me again, but I just wanted to see if you could be my vocal coach for me. And please don't. I don't want a friend or colleague. I want a ruthless vocal. I want the real tea. Okay, so critique me. Let me warm up for a second.
Do you do this every episode?
No.
You did this on a different episode. I think there's plenty there to work with.
You think so?
I do.
You think I have a career in showbiz?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your candor.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your criticism.
Yeah.
And I've got...
It's like you've been on American Idol now, or The Voice. They've spun the chair around 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
And then, hit the buzzer on you.
What's your favorite RuPaul song?
Champion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's the song that plays when Raja was crowned.
Oh.
And that season 3 stands for me as a really, it was before I was ever in the world of Drag Race, and it was still a distant, fanciful, thing. Even just hearing that. So yeah, I love that song.
What is your favorite season of Drag Race? Is it season 3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It was early enough that drag queens were still drag queens, and it was glossy and elevated enough that it was still it's very drag, you know.
Okay.
It's DRAG.
Yes.
Raja really elevated the drag. Manila also, Yara Sofia was there, and Alexis Mateo even.
Yep.
Everyone brought so much to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the queens were still queens. They read each other mercilessly.
They sure did.
There was no concern about, am I going to be a villain or not? It was I think you're gutted and I think you look like shit and I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I think it was the hardest season of Drag Race
Oh,
by far.
the shit. They had we complain now if there's one sewing challenge, and they had 4.
Yeah.
And they're and also learn choreo and make 3 outfits.
Yeah.
So-
It was ruthlessly. And I remember that was the season that I had tried out for. The first one, and I got a call back. And I was devastated that I didn't get it.
It's hard.
It was devastated. And then I saw the season and I was like, thank God! I wouldn't even have made it out of the parking lot. They would have been get out of here, booger.
I know. They knew, maybe they knew, the casting people, they were let's save these ladies until later.
They're a little rough
Give
around
them
the
a few
edges.
softball challenges.
Yeah, totally.
Just let them be wacky and funny.
It was rotten, Craig. The challenges were the design challenges were so fucking I mean, they were
Intense,
brutal.
yeah.
They were
Yeah.
so brutal. And I oh my God.
But I think RuPaul had said something about with the casting and with people who had applied many times, right? Like, well, maybe in another. I think this.
She said that about you for sure. Like, yeah.
It was something about also the level of acceptance that people had with the show, with sort of more outside the.
More offbeat characters.
Yeah, more offbeat characters. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, okay, the world's not ready for her yet.
Yeah.
We'll put her on we'll keep her to the side and wait till the world where you think they're ready for her particular brand of insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're slated to be on
Season 15.
47.
Yeah.
You almost didn't submit a video for the one that you were on, right, Brian?
Yeah, the casting people called and were like, because I thought I submitted like the best thing for season 6, and then again watched Bianca Del Rio come through, and I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
And then for season 7, the casting people reached out and were like, hey, we're just wondering if you were thinking about submitting a tape this year. And I was like, do you think I should? Do you think? And they were like, they were so, they were just like, well, yeah, it's always worth it. We liked your tapes in the past. You just try, you might want to do one again.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I going to get on the show? And they're like, so they were so funny about it. They're like,
Right. They can't
of course, they're
say
not going to say
anything.
anything. So we did it, and then then they got it.
Because you were really close, actually, to sort of giving it up.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to do it again.
Like everything.
Oh
drag
everything
in total.
Yeah. In total.
I think you should reconsider.
So have you
Let's talk about that some more. Wait.
you might want to revisit this plan of
Giving
quitting
it
drag.
up.
Maybe
That's
bank
a
teller.
plan. That is great.
I love how Bible Girl calls herself the original quitter of drag.
It is good.
It's so funny.
She says that she's quit drag
Every day. She quits drag every day.
It's time to expose her.
Yeah, expose her.
her.
Yeah.
And you submitted, Alaska, every year, including the year that Sharon submitted. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit. How was that? Was that ruthlessly demoralizing and debilitating?
It was hard for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was very hard, and we fought a lot, and
Really?
but it was like once and that waiting period is so long.
Oh, yeah.
How long is it between when you submit and when friends of yours start going away to visit family for 3 months?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the taping process is like 5 weeks or more. I think it's like a month and a half. Sharon was gone so long. She didn't have a phone or anything. She didn't sneak in a phone like some of these girls do.
Oh, sure. Right. Yeah.
So she was just off the radar. Like, I lost so much weight just worrying. Like
my
I was
God.
like
Yeah.
I was like the widow on the widow's walk. Like literally like just waiting, wondering if
Staring
it
out the
was
window. every
very
day. Yeah.
that feeling of like
oh, no.
you have no idea when she's gonna come back.
Right.
And then she came back, and it was like, and that waiting period is so long. It's like a year or like 6 months or like.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just fighting and la 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 la, and it was bitter and jealousy. And I was working a job and getting up at 6 a.m. to go wait tables, and she was like staying up all night because she knew she was gonna be on fucking TV.
Oh, no.
And she got those $400 per episode, so it was like
yeah.
you
Hit
know
the big time.
rich.
It's Easy Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the first promo aired where they're like spinning on the thing, and they're like, and I just cried so much, and I was like, and all of that turned to just like, I'm so proud and so excited.
That's cool.
Well, it's good that you were able to
Yeah.
switch into that mode.
Well, it was either that or like literally die.
Well,
It was like it would have killed me. It would have consumed me.
yeah. Well, are we going to do Kitty Girl?
Oh, yeah. So here we go.
Well, hold on.
What
we have. Well, hold
is
on.
this?
Wait, hold on. Wait. I don't know if it's the right BPM, but we need a little, not just a cappella, but. Is it right? Is it good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to start it, Brian?
Hey, shitty turd. No, wait, no.
you're sexy and keep slaying the game.
Hey, shitty girl, it's your turd. When you walk down the street, your feet are covered in shit. No, I already
No,
lost
it's like,
it. Wait, how does it go?
There's no meat on your street,
Street.
and your
No,
feet are so neat.
Yeah,
Hey, shitty girl.
It's your turn. Yeah, it's a work in progress.
The toilet is clean, but your face is so mean. Hey, shitty girl.
It's the thing I love about parodies is that they elevate the track. You know, they
give it some dignity. They finally give it some dignity, I think, is what we
a
refer
lot
to.
of this drag music is missing a lot of the gravitas and soul. So I think that our parodies, that one, for example, allows the track to transcend.
And it grounds it at the same time.
Yeah, it's a grounding and also a lifting that the casual listener has access to, because a lot of this, and no offense, Alaska, but a lot of this drag race music, just kidding.
You know what? I'm not really into drag music.
That reminds me, what are both of your opinions on Phi Phi O'Hara and the whole I'm renouncing drag when things didn't go well on All Stars for her, and showed up to the reunion, right? As Jeremy.
No,
am I wrong on that?
She sat out of the reunion.
I'm sorry.
She didn't come.
She
That's
sat out
right.
of the reunion.
Even weirder move as a viewer.
Yeah.
And then now is doing drag again. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, she does drag for like fundraisers and has like raised tons of money for really good causes.
Yeah.
And I've always personally very liked her.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think that when she goes into a competition space like that, it gets the better of her and makes her go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And she'll be the first to tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually, it's funny. It's really interesting to see it from both sides. Where, I mean, I have a similar experience. I like him a lot, but I totally get, especially now, I get the I think that I can relate to the sentiment of wanting to becoming fixated and upset to a little bit obsessive about how people view you, how, and especially putting out a piece of art or product or whatever, and being protective of how it's construed, or feeling like you have no value outside of a character you've made, and also the paranoia of how you're going to be perceived, especially if you go for something and it didn't work, and then not being able to backtrack or develop or regenerate or evolve. It's like
I'm sure he got a ton of negativity online.
God,
and he probably still does.
It's like you feel like you can't slough it off.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what that's like. I cannot imagine what that's like. And I loved like being around him on camera on All Stars 2.
She's fun.
She's
actually really cool.
Yeah, actually, and I'll tell you, Craig, that show we did for Puerto Rico, it was in Minnesota. No, was it in?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was in Minneapolis. Maybe it was the funnest drag show I've ever worked in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, it made $1 million fucking dollars. Not $1 million, but it was like a huge roster of girls. BB was there, Ginger, a whole bunch of girls was. And it was the weirdest, most diverse cast of girls, and it was so fucking fun. It's my favorite drag show.
Yeah,
the Drag Race Girl show,
and
incredible.
She literally like made it happen.
Yeah, the whole thing. She just put it all together.
She does a lot of charity work.
Yeah, she's got a lot of heart. She's a lot of heart, and she's a complicated lady.
Yeah,
complicated.
And I think not going to the reunion, I think she was like, I just don't want to feed into it. Anymore. Yeah. Add to the story, because like the whole, the like hatred that I got was like really hard to deal with, and it's a fraction.
Right.
Yeah, and also
and you got to win.
Yeah.
So you won, and
sure.
I mean, but at least you got the the prize and the title. Then to not have that and also be considered the villain or whatever, you
and
have
it stay with you for years.
Yeah, exactly.
And
after you sort of maybe got over the first round.
Yeah. And it's I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine it's like whenever you step on stage, it's like you have to go through a hurdle. And it's like jumping through a ring of fire every time. I remember on the slightest. The tiniest scales. I can't imagine what it would be like to have to fight the audience.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You have to fight. And then sometimes the demoralization of having all your effort be for nothing when you can't when you can't sort of wipe the slate clean and be like, hey, actually, I'm really talented.
Yeah, right.
Like, actually, I do all this stuff myself. Actually, I'm a really brilliant performing artist.
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, and all they see is through the limited prism of what they've previously seen.
And also want to.
Yeah.
See,
They want the
it's-
drama.
People love to have the one that
Yeah.
they're going to heckle or
Right.
going to bash.
Yeah. And I think also I was like, she's probably didn't want to make the reunion all about her. You know, like didn't want to just be like, it would have been strange, you know, although that reunion was not that great. I thought
it was great.
Yeah. Well, I liked when you threw the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
That was fun. I wish you would have kept throwing them. Like if you had an endless supply of legs.
Like when they were talking to other people, there'd just be legs flying to
Just
the frame.
legs fly.
Yeah.
Like every Tatiana gets hit
You
in the
got
head
a
with
leg.
a
You got a leg.
and then a wide shot of nobody has any legs. That would have been good.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. If you had to change your drag name tomorrow, what would it be?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know.
Pick a name.
Katya Zamolodchikova.
Well, yeah, she's not using it.
Yeah,
right?
no.
So
Yeah. I'm Sigourney Beaver now.
I have a file of drag names, and most of them are really horrible.
Let's hear
the best
some.
ones.
Yeah.
Do you know Dusty Tornado?
No, but that's good. Ashley Furniture and Jennifer Convertible. Those.
Oh, that's
good
great.
ones.
That's great.
April 21st.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a really good one.
That's lovely.
It's hopeful as well.
It is.
somehow.
It's very hopeful.
These are so dumb. I'm not even saying them.
Oh, come on.
Say the dumbest one.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I keep this file. Look, there's like
It's
tons
so
of them.
many.
There's a lot.
I keep this file anytime like I think of it, Kim Guzzler. That doesn't even make.
Oh my God.
And like literally, I was reading them, and I must have been drunk or something. And literally, I had written Susan Sarandon.
That if I saw a
I
creator
love
named
that.
Susan Sarandon, I'd be
I
like their
love
biggest
that.
fan.
That's such
I
a
love
good
that.
drag name.
the greatest.
I always wanted to do just Sharon Stone. Same spelling, and actually
Everything.
just use her image to promote.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Use any of my current headshots, you guys, please, for the flyer.
For the flyer.
You could do the stroke number.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was the
Do you
good
know her
one.
stroke number?
Have you seen? You got to listen to this. This is good.
There's something you should know about me. I'm cold. I'm calculating. I get what I want. If you get in my way, I'll wreak havoc upon you. I can leave you weak, limp, twisted, confused. If you want to live to see tomorrow, you answer to me, and you answer quickly. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Was that Sharon Stone?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what would make that a little bit more of a good stage number, I think? Now, just give me a second here. And, yeah. Here. This will make it a little more.
Are you naming your show I Am a Stroke?
And then you could segue from this into
And
the
you
new
could do it
version.
into Stroke Me, Stroke Me.
Yes, perfect. Stroke.
Na, 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 na.
There's something you should know about me. I'm cold. I'm calculating. I get what I want. If you get in my way, I'll wreak havoc upon you.
Stroke.
I can leave you weak, limp, twisted, confused.
Stroke.
If you want to live to see tomorrow, you answer to me, and you answer quickly. I am a stroke.
Stroke me, stroke me.
Quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Lost a brain. Gain. Yeah.
Miss Honey. Or you could do it reminds me of Miss Honey. Don't you hear me calling you Miss Honey?
You could go into Aaliyah's Rock the Boat, just go in, stroke it for me, stroke it for me,
Yeah.
stroke it for me. Yep.
You could blend everything together
Just,
with that.
a whole stroke.
Play them all at once.
I think if you want, we can close the regular episode down and then do a Patreon-only listeners' questions with
Fierce.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Cool.
Well, thank you for joining us for the regular
Yeah.
episode.
Thanks,
Yes.
Alaska.
Thank you.
It's whimsically volatile.